Yeah, I'm not putting any effort into this video because the WWE didn't feel like putting any effort into the booking of WrestleMania 32. That was 7 hours of my life I will not get back. If you want to know if you want to know the pain I felt in my soul, try to sit through my 7-hour live stream of it, which I assure you is incredibly boring and uneventful. Which, I would say the same about the show. Surprisingly enough, the pre-show was better. Like, Kalisto retained, which is fine, makes sense, and, like, the Usos put the Dudleys through tables, which was cool, and a bunch of women hit their moves on each other, which was fine, and everything went as expected, and then the show started, and what was the first match? The Intercontinental Ladder match. And I was like, it was exciting. It was a good match, and I was excited, and I was enjoying watching it. I was like, oh, is Sami Zayn gonna win? Is Kevin Owens gonna win? Every time they were in the ring together, it was electric. And then Zack Ryder won. I was like, okay. The winner's the guy who hasn't been on TV in months, and he's in a failing tag team in NXT. Oh. Okay. Alright. Fine. Next match. Jericho Styles, like, the big rematch. Oh, Styles has to win this, right? This is his first WrestleMania, and he needs to show that, like, he's not a rookie, and he loses to Chris Jericho, who kicks out of the Styles Clash again. Okay. Alright. Problems. Oh, look at that! It's a 20-foot box of Bootios. The New Day have come out of that 20-foot box of Bootios dressed as Super Saiyans. This is incredible. League of Nations win the tag team titles. What? Why? Sheamus got booed out of the building when he won the world title. Barrett's leaving in the summer, and he wasn't even in the match. I thought it was supposed to be 4-on-3, but it just wasn't. Rusev is fine, and Alberto Del Rio is boring. Why? Nobody likes them. At least, even when New Day were heels, people liked them, because they were funny. So, and we got a nice moment. It didn't make up for it, but it helped with Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Steve Austin coming out and just hitting their finishers on everybody in the League of Nations, and then Stone Cold refusing to dance with Woods and instead stunnering him. Fine. Fantastic. Good to see those guys. Mick Foley needs a wheelchair. Then we had this Divas titles match. They've announced, oh no, it's the Women's Championship now. That's amazing. They're not calling them divas anymore. They're calling them superstars. They are equal to the men. Their title looks like the men's title. But Charlotte gets to keep it because her dad can't not be a part of WrestleMania. Charlotte gets to hold that title instead of Sasha. Sasha Banks had Snoop Dogg rap her entrance, and she doesn't get to win the title. Charlotte gets to keep it because her dad's Ric Flair, I guess. That's when I started checking out. I don't even remember what was next at this point. I can't even remember because I was tuning out. Was that the Hell in a Cell? It was the Hell in a Cell match. Slow. It was really slow. Some interesting spots, like Shane did the coast to coast. Good for you, old man. You still got it. But, like, it was little things like he cut the bolts on the cage. It's like, why is he doing that? Only to turn around and just punch Undertaker and then get speared through it. Why did you cut the bolts? Did you know you were going to get speared through it and wanted to, like, soften the blow a little bit? Or were you trying to? Like, it was unclear. Like, he didn't even make an attempt to throw Taker through the cage or anything like that. He just took it. And then, of course, the spot. Shane has to do a spot, and he went off the cage. And you have to credit him for having the cojones to get up there and do it. But something about it bothered me, and I think it's because he came out his entrance with his kids, and they were in the front row. And it just like, kind of left me feeling uneasy. And you knew he was doing it when he got up there, and it was just worrisome. Like, I like seeing Shane, I like seeing his old high spots. I don't think they're necessary anymore. But it's Shane, so he's got to do it, so I understand it. It didn't sit right with me. It was impressive, but it was just scary. It scared me. And then, of course, Taker wins because he has to win because he has to wrestle Cena next year. Which, apparently, he could have wrestled Cena this year because out came The Rock and had a 6-second match with Eric Rowan. And then instead of getting beaten up by the Wyatt family, John Cena appeared to help fend them off. All right. Sure. We had the Battle Royal, which I was weirdly looking forward to this Battle Royal. Just because, like, you know, Damien Sandow gets some action and, like, R-Truth and Goldust get to do something. But there was no development with Golden Truth. Except they did, like, a tag team move at one point, which is, I guess that's what we're getting. Sandow was the second eliminated by Shaquille O'Neal, who was then eliminated by 60-year-old Diamond Dallas Page. So, I'm trying DDP yoga. That's clearly works. But then, like, that's the match that, like, I thought, they can't mess this one up. Because it doesn't mean much, and it's just a bunch of, like, undercard guys getting a... But Baron Corbin wins it. He doesn't... He was a failure at NXT, a promotion with a crowd that accepts everybody except for him, and he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He's not Cesaro, guys. He's not gonna be Cesaro. And then, yeah, what can you say about the main event? Triple H is champion again. Woo. He speared Stephanie, which was a surprise. I did not think they would do that, because I thought the Violence Against Women days were over, but nonetheless, they speared him. He speared her, rather. And won, and fine. Okay. Whatever. Oh, sorry, I missed a match. Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. 3 weeks of build-up with the barbed wire baseball bat. Mick Foley hands it to him. You see it again when he's filling his wagon with toys. He pulls it out at the end of the match and takes one swing, misses, German F5 over. That match was way too short and could have used blood. If you're going to have a no-holds-barred street fight advertised using a barbed wire baseball bat, use the bat and make someone bleed. I know it's the PG era, but it's WrestleMania, man, and it's Brock Lesnar. Just more. That match could have used so much more, and it wasn't a bad match. Like, there were 3 good matches in that show. The triple threat, the ladder match, and Brock and Dean, but they either ended too quick or ended in a way that didn't make sense, and everything just left a stale taste in my mouth. And I'm just frustrated. Like, I'm done. I quit. And I sat here for 7 hours live streaming the thing, and it's got to be the most boring 7 hours ever, because a lot of it is just me sitting in silence or leaving the room. So yeah, that's WrestleMania. I'm still going to watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow night because I hate myself. And you know what? I'm having hopes. This is parallel to SummerSlam last year, where the NXT show was incredible. The main pay-per-view was mediocre to bad, and then the Raw afterwards was fantastic. So I'm hoping that Raw tomorrow night will be like a step up. But you know, after tonight, I don't know what to hope for anymore. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on tomorrow. I'll talk about Raw. Until then.